Hello everyone, I'm Kaylee,
I'm Nava.
and today we're going to be talking about realism.
And the depression.
Now, what is realism, you may ask? Realism in art and literature refers to the attempt to represent familiar and everyday people and situations in an accurate, unidealized manner. It refers to a literary and artistic movement in the late 1800s and early 1900s.
Well, the Great Depression was the worst economic turndown in history of the industrialized world, lasting from 1929 to 1939.
Realism may be viewed as a major trend in French novels and paintings between 1850 and 1880. They entered a mainstream in Europe literature in 1860s and the 1870s.
And it began after the stock market crash of October 1929, which sent Wall Street into a panic and wiped out millions of investors.
So realism was a major trend in French novels and paintings in the 1850s and 1880s, and then it mainstreamed in European literature during the 1860s and 1870s, and a few major realist novelists were Honoré de Balzac, which was the chief persecutor of realism. Charles Dickens was another one, Anthony Trollope, George Eliot, they were all from England. You have Ivan Turgenev, Leo Tolstoy, and Fyodor Dostoevsky in Russia. And then you have William Dean Howells in the US, and Gottfried Keller, and the early Thomas Mann in Germany, and they all incorporated realism in their novels.
So, the Great Depression began after the stock market crash of October 1929, and it left 15 million people unemployed in America, and nearly half of the country's banks have failed. And some important people during the time period was Frank D. Roosevelt, which was the president during the time, the 32nd president, and Father Charles Collin, and it was a Roman Catholic priest who became a national celebrity during the time, and Eleanor Roosevelt, which was the president's wife, and yeah.
So, to sum it all up, realism is the blunt truth of art and literature, and it doesn't sugarcoat anything, and it shows real life scenarios and of classes and people.
And the Great Depression was a very hard time for America because every life of Americans was dreadful, and yeah.
Now remember, Aggies, here we are realism and depressed. Hey Aggies,
what's up?
are you real
Or depressed?
or are you depressed?
I'm depressed. I'm the Great Depression. Oh, well, the Great Depression was the worst economic.
Oh.